Hello everyone, my name is Nemanja Živković and today I'm using chesswithknarik.com to record this video. Also I want to inform you that we published already our new platform chess.ai, so there is a lot of new features inside and you can visit it. Also today we will discuss about this position on the board. Here black is on the move and we will try to find a perfect solution here for black, how to continue. So let's start. As you can see, this position became from some type of Benoni, but in Benoni we have a bishop on g7 and also our pawn on g6. Right now we have a bishop on b6, but this bishop is also very strong there because we covered some important squares on his side of the board. Also here, when we check some normal options for black, let's say as you can see, they threaten our knight in one move right now. This pawn threatens e5, so we have to think what to do with our knight. If we play just the knight to g6, you know, this is a normal move, just bring our piece back. Then it's very simple for white to continue in this game. Why? Because as you can see, white control this important pawn in the middle. Also we know that here very natural move later in the future. They will try, of course, to push e5 in the future. Of course, they have to set up that some pieces there to protect that pawn, but that's very solid plan. Also, these three pawns in the middle are very strong right now because they grab a lot of space, and it's not that simple for black to find the perfect solution here. So knight g6 is not the best option. What can we do now? If we play, there is no other space for knight. If we play knight d3, of course they can simply capture. Then we have to capture with a pawn and queen to f3, and next move they will just capture that pawn. It's we cannot protect this pawn, so that's also not perfect option. And what is a good move? Knight to g4. Knight g4 is a perfect move. What's the point behind this move? Right now, when we jump there, first of all, I told you, our dark square bishop is very important piece because we control g1 square. And in some type of positions, we threaten to mate him on h5. Let's say they capture with the pawn. Of course, that's bad move because right now we can capture pawn on e4 in the middle and open up our queen. Next move we threatens to mate him, and it's almost unstoppable mate. Otherwise, we can collect some pieces here for free. So h takes g4 is bad. Let's check some other options. If they capture with the bishop, again the same thing. Knight takes. They have to think about f2 square because right now we threatens fork there, and let's say they play, if they capture with a pawn, of course, mate queen f3, and right now we have a very important tempo here, and we can just collect the free pawn on b3 because, again, if they capture our knight, we can mate them. And when we collect pawn on b3, position is slightly better for us because they have to spend some tempos to recapture that pawn, and also, we can improve our queen to h4. Also, we have some open and semi-open files for our rooks, and position is slightly better for black. Okay, and let's check some other moves because after knight there, best option for them is queen to e1. So let's check also that one. Knight in the middle and knight jump g4. Queen goes to e1. Of course, the point of this move is just to cover f2 square because we threatens to jump with the knight there. And now, very solid move for us is knight to e3. What's the point behind this move? Of course, threatens rook, threatens fork, and they have to capture that knight. Otherwise, black is fine. And what's the point here? Once when they exchange dark square bishop in the future, it's very difficult for them to push e5 pawn. I told you e5 is the best option for them. So when they play this type of positions with pawn on f5, e5 and e4 and d5, they will always try to play to push this pawn in the future. So, but if they exchange dark square bishop, it's really difficult for them to do that. Okay, pawn takes, rook goes to c8. This was also in a game. Bishop to f3 and bishop in the middle. After that, rook to c1, because if they capture our pawn on b5, then we can just collect 3 knights. So rook c1, and when we capture with the rook there, rook to c4. Later in the future we can go queen to a5 or something like that. So black is much better, and as I told you, first move is knight g4, best option for black.